Please, take a seat. Thank you. Enjoy your stay.
Here is the map. Have a nice vacation. Here is the map. Have a nice vacation.
La Piazzetta, named Umberto I Square, is considered the fulcrum and the crossroad of the universe. One day or another, every VIP in the world will pass through this square. You just need to sit down in one of the colorful bars and wait. From this square, with its typical bell tower that rings every quarter of an hour, small streets lead to the shops of Via Camarelle and Via Le Botteghe, to the buses, taxis, and funicular, and to the very large Capri pedestrian area.
We have magazines from all over the world. Even in summertime, the customers are quickly served.
This road leads to the public transportation to Marina Grande, Marina Piccola, and Ana Capri. For the time being, we'll limit our journey to the large pedestrian area of Capri town. In 1862, to the French writer Maxime Ducamp, Marina Grande appeared as a beach strewn with pebbles, cluttered up with fishing boats and a row of white houses lined up in front of the sea. Without a port, passengers were carried to the beach on porters' backs. Today, the port of Marina Grande is the main landing place for the great number of tourists arriving to the island from all over the world. The port includes a dockyard thronged with important and luxurious yachts, owned or rented by wealthy visitors.
Photographers in Capri stroll about the streets taking pictures of tourists. If you like the thumbnail, you buy the picture, otherwise you leave it there. Looking around at the shop windows of restaurants and photo shops, you'll find a huge number of pictures of sport and entertainment VIPs. Rita Hayworth, Grace Kelly, Liz Taylor and Richard Burton, Jane Russell, Totò, Zucchero, Dustin Hoffman, Valeria Marini, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, Michael Schumacher and Luca di Montezemolo, Ciro Ferrara, Edwidge Fenech, Christian De Sica and many others, but nobody asked them an autograph.
This building, now a condominium, in 1907 was the property of Emil von Behring, who discovered the anti-diphtheria and anti-polio vaccines. It was rented to Maxim Gorky, who named it Red House because of the color of the walls, which are still red today. The house was visited by a large group of Russian intellectuals. Here the principles of Bolshevism were discussed and closely examined. While in Capri, Lenin lost a famous chess game with Bogdanov, but Lenin's concepts prevailed in the Soviet Revolution. This intriguing arch is the surviving part of a large grotto carved in the mountain. The sea waves widened the entrance and removed the debris. After the island rose during the Paleolithic age, the grotto was saved by the erosion of the waves. The wind and the rain changed its shape. The view of the sea, seen through the arch's hollow, is absolutely worth the long walk. On the way to the natural arch, there's a nice restaurant whose kitchen is located in a natural cavern that can be easily admired from the viewpoint close to Piazzetta delle Noci.
We prepare Capri's ravioli parmigiana, roasted chicken in the pizza oven, grilled fish, panette al all genuine food, cooked at the moment. It's a family environment. We do not have cooks. We make everything by ourselves. All natural in this beautiful place carved in the rock.
Via Tamborio, bearing an Arabic name, penetrates a hill of the same name, climbing over it near a large pine wood. Many beautiful landscapes can be enjoyed walking in the two directions. Near the Quisisana Hotel, one of the top hotels of the island, Paleolithic silex tools and fossils of prehistoric beasts were found. This discovery confirmed the theory that Capri was originally tied to the mainland at Cape Campanella by means of an isthmus, now 75 meters under the water. In 1887, Oscar Wilde and one of his boyfriends was hosted in the hotel, but the manager asked him to leave the restaurant to not offend the other Puritan English guests. Reportedly, Wilde went to dine with his American friend, Mrs. Snow.
The Hotel Quisisana was built in 1860 by the Scottish doctor Sidney Clark to host a clinic, but since 1868 the premises have been used for a hotel. The Hotel Quisisana and the Hotel La Palma, formerly named Hotel Bagano, in business since 1845, are among the oldest and most prestigious hotels on the island. In the good old days, the managers looked for ways to increase tourism. It was a good advertisement for the island to let a few penniless but important artists and intellectuals leave the hotel without paying the bill.
There are 3 Faraglioni, Stella tied to the land, Di Mezzo in the middle, and Scopolo at the far end. It's possible to sail through them, and their size and the rugged walls are very impressive. The Faraglioni can be seen from Marina Piccola, Punta Dragara, Punta Cannone, and the Augustus Gardens. They are quite evocative when lit at night and surrounded by fishermen's lamps scattered over the sea. The rare specimens of the blue lizard, protected by the inaccessibility of the site, live on the external Faraglione.
Here you can find the seed busts and brims. They are delicious, either boiled or grilled.
The white villa along the path was owned by the Capri writer Ettore Settani, considered in France a French writer writing in the Italian language. The famous left-wing politician Palmiro Togliatti, returning from Russia, was hosted in this villa. Villa Lisis was built in 1905 by the French Count Jacques d'Adelswerd Fersen. Building materials were hand-carried through a long, steep lane joining Marina Grande with this quite lonely place. Jacques Fersen, evidently homosexual, used the villa, dedicated to the youthfulness of love, and he also set rave parties in old Roman costumes, thus renewing the annals of Emperor Tiberius. People of all tendencies, such as the American sisters Wolcott Perry, participated in the happenings. One of the sisters fell in love with the Count, who preferred his boyfriend Nino. The Count was high on opium and probably died of an overdose. Nino was suspected of killing him, but no proof was ever found. Nino inherited the villa, now simply named Villa Fersen, which was restored recently and opened to the public for special events. The Matermania natural grotto was restructured by the Romans and transformed into a nymphaeum. Named after the goddess Cybele, also called Matermania, it was decorated with paintings and with tessellated paving. According to Suetonius, the grotto was used by Tiberius the emperor for orgiastic ceremonies, but this hypothesis has never been confirmed. Villa Jovis is the largest of the 12 imperial Capri villas mentioned in the annals by Tacitus. Here, Tiberius decided the fate of the Roman Empire from 27 to 37. An archaeologist named Maiuri fully discovered the massive building, which spreads for 7,000 square meters with terraces tailored to the steep rocks of the mount. The villa is set on an overhanging rock, ensuring privacy to the emperor. Just outside the villa, there is the lighthouse tower, today not practicable, once used to communicate with the mainland by means of a flashlight code. The Church of Santa Maria del Soccorso, formerly St. Leonard Chapel, was built by Capri townspeople to neutralize the unfavorable acts of the pagan emperor.
Jack Fersen. He was odd indeed, worse than Tiberius the Emperor, with the work of Perry sisters, not to mention with the Nino. Finally, Nino inherited Villa Lysis, now called Villa Fersen.